I'm responsible for sourcing new clients and making sure that we vetted them properly and that we are able to provide a superior solution to what they have today. And I focus in what we would consider a middle market. So anywhere from 150 employees all the way up to our largest one, which is about 30,000. Every organization that I work with, they have between 2 and 15 different systems that require a level of access and information on employees. So you think about every time an organization puts in an employee's name, whether it's an expense management, an EMR system, an ERP, all of those start with some sort of data entry. And so the challenge that we have on the HCM side is that we only touch our piece of the pie, right? So payroll, HR, learning management, that really is our space. But there's so many other systems that require a level of connectivity and integration that our clients are asking us to help solve. And it's not something that we solve internally. And so partnering with an organization like TAP allows us to solve a bigger piece of the pie and also allows us to be more impactful whenever there is that transition. When I boast about the partnership between TAP and Paycor, I always talk about the fact that TAP is nimble, efficient, and provides a level of support that is unlike any other partner we have, or even internally. And what I mean by that is, when we think about integrations, an API or a flat file, that could typically take some organizations 4 to 6 weeks. It takes TAP 2 days at most from start to finish. They also are able to be nimble. And what I mean by nimble is, usually with any organization, you have a finite standard operating procedure. And so you know the capabilities of that organization and they're black and white. With TAP, there are a lot of solutions that they can solve. I'll give you a couple of examples. So we're working with a large theme park. They are requiring 2 dedicated feeds to a system that we do not connect with. And we're switching from a former system to ours. Well, in the process, that system only allows 1 data feed. And so it was incumbent on us to be able to capture the data from the vendor, our competitor at this point, and then deliver it as 1 unit. TAP was able to do that with relative ease. Had that been us or anyone else, we could have lost the project. Another thing that we're doing right now with a healthcare system is solving the most challenging problem, which is the connectivity to an EMR. And so being able to tap into that is something that's innovative because it's not something that we have been able to accomplish before using TAP. Those are just 2 of the many examples that I could use when you talk about importing historical data or being able to replicate profiles or to store things offline. I think that's one of the big frontiers for the app place, which is being able to take data that comes from our HR system, data that comes from an ERP, and still be able to report on them, even though they're not things that are housed in either system completely. So those are just a couple of examples that we're actively using today. TAP is invaluable. And when I say invaluable, I truly mean, before partnering with TAP, I walked away from a handful of opportunities that were lucrative, that were a good fit. They just weren't a perfect fit because one of the must-haves was something that we could not solve for. I don't have a single opportunity that comes on my plate that I have to walk away from that allows me to continue to grow my business. It helps our company be successful, but it also means that our clients have the tools that they need. Um, and um, there's no price for the ability to have the confidence to walk into every opportunity and say, we understand you've got a big mess. You have a lot of manual processes and you have a lot of systems, because every organization has inefficiency in multiple systems. They just do. Uh, to walk in and say, I can clean this up. I've become one of the biggest champions for TAP internally. I talk about them with our leadership team. I champion them with our solutions consultants and implementation solution managers, the people that are responsible for signing off on the validity and the value of a project. Uh, they are auditors and gatekeepers to determine whether or not a project is viable and successful. I also champion them externally to clients, prospects. Even when I know we're probably not going to win the deal, I still will bring them in, because even if they do not want to make the switch today, using the app place can solve for some of their challenges. They will always remember the fact that I brought them in, and when they're ready to make a change, they'll come to me. So it, for anybody who watches this, I'm not just saying this because I believe in them and they're a partner. I say this because our clients are are confident in how they operate and their business model. Using them uh, will enhance your business, period, bar none. There is no second best when it comes to what they're able to provide from support, from innovation, and from a success standpoint.